Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chesterfield Supper Club. And it's very nice to have all of you, because tonight we're very happy to have with us America's favorite actor, Mr. Raymond Massey. Well, I suppose all of you by this time are out shopping, trying to get your odds and ends for your big holiday turkey. Well, Martin Block has something to say about that, so, Martin, please.
Well, right now I want to talk to all the housewives who are watching our show. This is the season when you'll all be doing this. You'll be buying everything you need for those big turkey dinners. Yes, you'll be laying in a supply of cranberries, and you'll be picking the plumpest turkey with plenty of white meat for everyone. But don't forget another important thing, Chesterfields. You'll want to serve the best of everything, so at the plate of every smoker, put a pack of Chesterfields. They're the best cigarette to smoke. And they're the perfect ending for a wonderful meal because Chesterfields taste better while smoking, and they leave a clean, fresh taste after smoking. So, ladies, with the holiday season coming up, be sure you get several cartons of Chesterfields along with the cranberries and the turkey. Believe me, everyone will be completely satisfied if you top off your best holiday meals with Chesterfields, the best cigarette to smoke. I had to get this thing because I liked it. Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Hey.
Oh, it's just something.
Hey! You're ignoring me. You're not paying any attention to me. What's going
Well,
on?
Mitchell was just showing us his new vanity.
Yeah, Perry, didn't you read the papers? You know, this Ben Russell of Fashions Foundation said all men have to carry vanities. So I got one.
I think it's very pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Say, Perry, yes, good. Say, Perry, what powder do you use?
Does. What kind of powder do you use?
Swan soap.
I'm glad you got it out. Look, Mitch, the camera is on us, so let's not discuss this thing out here. Let's go behind the curtain. So, kids, will you sing a song while we...
All right, sir.
Now, Swan soap is no good because you get dandruff.
Way down south in Caroline, where sun would scorch a porcupine and a cooling breeze was never known to blow. There lived a gal, believe it or not, who was twice as cold as the weather was hot. Her boiling point was 4 degrees below. The Romeos all passed her by, for her heart was cold as a banker's eye. To be left alone was quite okay with her. A few of the boys from round about had tried for years to thaw her out, with no more luck than a crocodile has fur. They call her Deep Freeze Dinah from sunny Carolina. She's the coldest gal in town. She kept her girlish figure, she really looks nice, but anything is bound to keep it on ice. She once caused a confusion by giving a transfusion, caused the patient nearly froze to death. She gets a lot of fan mail from the land of ice and snow, for she's become the pin-up gal for lonesome Eskimos. Deep Freeze Dinah from sunny Carolina, she's the coldest gal in town. They call her Deep Freezer Dinah from sunny Carolina, she's the coldest gal in town.
Now, when she's out at parties, she's easy to please, for she'll drink anything you've got, including antifreeze.
One guy double-crossed her by trying to defrost her, and he nearly burned the building down. She took the trip to Borneo and started quite a fuss. The cannibal shouted, "Take her back, no frozen food for us." Deep Freeze Dinah from sunny Carolina, she's the coldest gal. She's nobody's pal. She's the coldest gal in town.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You know, yesterday, November 19th, was a great day in American history. The UN settled quite a few problems. Notre Dame won another football game. And Mrs. Como unbalanced the family budget by buying a 25-pound turkey. Yesterday, November 19th, was also the anniversary, the 86th anniversary of Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. That's true. Of course, I wouldn't have known either had my little daughter trapped me into helping her with her homework. Now, I was sitting in the library, and I was watching The Lone Ranger. It was pretty exciting.
Daddy! Oh, Daddy!
What do you want?
Come in here a minute, will you please, Daddy? It's terrible important.
Now, look, the Lone Ranger and Tonto is in a big mess over
Father,
there.
there are a lot more important things in this world than the Lone Ranger.
Oh, yes? Well, name two.
Miss Helwick and the Gettysburg Address.
Miss Helwick and the Gettysburg. Well, you got me on the Gettysburg Address,
And
but
Miss Helwick will get me if I don't learn it. And you've got to help me memorize it, Daddy, because this is the anniversary of when Mr. Lincoln gave it. And Miss Helwick says we should know it on account of Thanksgiving's coming, and it's something to be thankful for.
Well, I think Miss Helwick is absolutely correct. So, we the people of the United States, in order to form...
Daddy, that's the preamble to the Constitution.
Well, that's something to be thankful for. And besides, I just wanted to see if you were paying attention. And I think the best way to learn the Gettysburg Address is to, well, write it down.
Write it?
Yeah, I suppose that's the way Lincoln learned it. He wrote it over and over again.
I wish he'd never even written it once.
Oh, yes, but he did. Now, come on. Let's write it or read it. Now, look. Doesn't he look like he's studying? That's a picture of Lincoln.
Yes, Daddy, I suppose so.
He was a remarkable man. Now, look, do just like Lincoln did. He wrote it over again, and in no time, you'll know it just as well as he does. Come on, start thinking.
Mr. Lincoln?
Yeah?
Mr. President Abraham Lincoln?
That's right, young lady. At your service, ma'am.
I don't see any reason why I have to memorize your old speech. Do
Well-
you?
Well, no, I don't.
Good. I'm going to tell Miss Helwick that you said I didn't have
No,
to.
now, wait a minute, young lady.
But you said that I...
Now, listen. I don't really know what speech you're talking about. I made so many.
With the Gettysburg Address.
Gettysburg?
Oh, now, don't tell me you've never heard of Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. But you had to. You made it.
Well, it seems I did. Oh, after the big battle out there. Around July, wasn't it?
I suppose so. Oh, no, it was in November, because in our school we...
Oh, November, at the dedication of the cemetery. But I never said anything that day. Mr. Everett was the speaker.
Mr. Everett?
That's right, Mr. Edward Everett. Say, they don't want you to memorize his speech, do they?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's good. I got pretty restless during his speech, though he was the finest speaker in the land. My goodness, he went on and on. I think he talked about 2 hours, and I'd been riding horseback in the parade all morning.
The president rode a horse.
Well, I guess you wouldn't exactly call it riding with these long legs of mine. More like walking with a horse, walking under me.
Oh, you're funny, Mr. Lincoln.
I am?
I only meant that...
I know. Now, about this speech in the cemetery.
Yes, at Gettysburg. Now, you did make a speech.
Well, I probably made a few appropriate remarks, but...
Now, Mr. Lincoln, you know very well that you made this speech at Gettysburg. And you know very well that it's in our history book, and the Miss Helwick said I had to memorize it word for word. Maybe you could help me memorize it. Oh, would you, Mr. Lincoln? Would you, please?
Well, now, I can't imagine what I said that they'd put in the history books. Gettysburg.
Mr. Lincoln, would you help me memorize it, please? Will you?
Well, I'd be happy to, but you'll have to tell me what I said that day.
You didn't memorize your own speech?
I don't believe so.
Well. I don't know whether I I should tell Miss Helwick about this.
No. Please don't.
But it seems to me that if anybody should have to memorize Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, it would be you, Mr. Lincoln. So I'll have to teach it to you.
Well, now, I'd be proud to have you teach me, little lady.
Pay very close attention. 407 years ago,
407 years ago,
our fathers brought forth on this continent
a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place of those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men living and dead who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here are highly resolved that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Just wonderful, wonderful. Denise, would you come out, honey? Denise? Oh, me. The wonderful little actress you saw in the play and also takes part as my daughter in a lot of little things is Miss Denise Alexander. Of course, most of you recognize the very wonderful Raymond Massey as Abraham Lincoln. Denise, it must be wonderful playing a thing like that with Mr. Massey, huh?
I should say so. He's such a fine actor that he really is Abraham Lincoln, isn't he?
Oh, yes, honey. He is the real thing. Why are you staring at me like that?
Oh, I was just wondering.
Would you like to go and see his play with me sometime, maybe?
Well, I'm afraid I have another date, but I'm sure my mother and father would just love to go. What's the name of the play?
Well, the name of it is The Father with Mady Christians. This is Court Theater. You sure you can't go?
Yes, but some other time, maybe.
What are you going to do now? Would you like to maybe get a soda?
Nah.
Would you like to maybe sit down and rest a little?
Nah.
What would you like to do?
I want to go home with you.
Oh, no, you don't.
That's a cute record, Mr. Como. I just love it. Would you sing it for me before I go home?
Well, I don't know why not. Do you have the record, don't you? You have the record?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how the record goes?
Oh, sure. B. Fontaine meets you on the street, and she says to you...
Let me ask you something. What do those words mean to you? Right combination of the world's best tobaccos. Now, if you're a Chesterfield smoker, they mean an awful lot. But if you're not, well, let me show you what these words can mean to you. In Chesterfield, we know we have the best tobaccos that money can buy. But these world's best tobaccos are only half the story. It's the right combination, the perfect blending of these tobaccos that result in Chesterfield the one cigarette that's A, always milder, much milder than other cigarettes because of this blend. B, better tasting, taste better than other cigarettes because of this blend. C, cooler smoking. Chesterfield smoke cooler than other cigarettes because of this blend. Yes, this perfect blend, this right combination of the world's best tobaccos makes every Chesterfield the best cigarette to smoke. So, in the fresh white pack, or the clean white carton, or the new Happy Birthday carton, ABC, always buy Chesterfield. And by the way, cigarette dealers, if you haven't received your supply of Chesterfield's birthday slip-over cartons, well, just send a penny postcard with your name and business address to Chesterfield, Box 21, New York City. We'll send you your supply by return mail.
Let's go back and spend a day at college. Let's go back and spend a day at school, where every old alumnus is calling out to summon us. Come back to IOU.
Yes, sir, the college spirit is catching up with everybody, and tonight is catching up with us. This time of the year around Thanksgiving means football, rallies, bonfires, and best of all, homecoming. That wonderful day when you get your old cardigan out, get your old beady cap, and try to hide that bay window that you've been carrying around. And you take a walk down to campus, you meet a guy that you've gone all the way through school with, and you sit there, you want to have a nice heart-to-heart talk, but what the heck is his name?
Hello.
How are you?
How's the folks?
What's new?
I'm great.
That's good. Knock wood.
Well.
What say?
How you been?
Nice day.
How's tricks?
What's new?
That's fine.
How are you?
I'm sure I know your face, but I just can't recall your name. Well, how you been, old boy? You're looking just about the same. Hi-ho.
That's life.
What's new?
How's the wife?
Have a run.
Oh, my.
Ta-ta.
Hally-hoo,
Goodbye.
And there was another name you probably forgot, but you never forgot the way he looked. He always did get your goat, and he still hasn't lost that horrible raccoon coat.
Walks collegiate clothes. He's a ladies' man. Get that swagger and get that pose. He's a ladies' man. As a lover, the boys are car. When he gets them beside his car, he goes over the course in par. He's a ladies' man.
Well, along about evening, maybe you'll be passing that old frat house. East or west, on every campus it will be the same. But there's nothing quite as exciting as the rally before the big game. Well, all too soon, the game would be over and homecoming day with it. The crowds depart, and you're left with a song that sings in your... Well, supper clubbers, that's it for tonight. We hope that you'll join us next Sunday when our guests will be Victor Borga and Patty Page. So on behalf of the whole cast, and for my cigarette, a wonderful cigarette, Chesterfield, good night.